What's good with you, brother?
Man, chilling, quarantine like everybody else in the world. What's up with you?
I hear that. I'm chilling, chilling hard. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. You know
So
how that.
I had the thought to have just real like candid conversations with folks I know. I ain't trying to do nothing too heavy. We might turn it into a show, but now everybody's got a show or whatever. So just checking in with some dads I know. Those who don't know this man, here's a man I respect and admire greatly, Mr.
Black,
Alphonso Tucky Blunt. And
likewise.
came to know this brother through the Facebook group Black Fathers that have been running, and through his venture with Team Proud Potlers, and that's the shirt he's repping right now. And he has, in addition to running Team Proud Potlers, he's recently opened and is co-owner in Blunts and Moore dispensary in Oakland. Yes, sir. Gotta represent. Gotta represent. So, first and foremost, just want to ask you, Dad, how you holding up in these times, man? What's going on?
Man, kids doing their school work. We got, if it had been about maybe about 5 years ago, it probably wouldn't have been as easy, but they old enough to do their thing, chilling. Kim working, she an essential worker, so she at work. But it's just been cool. I'm a homebody anyway, but it's been a little different being forced to be home. So I just been trying not to watch news, not read into too much bull. Wait, can I cuss? Not trying to read into too
Go
much
ahead.
BS. You know what I mean? And just focused on facts. I believe Corona is just what they put in our face. I believe it's more going on behind the scenes. I think this is a test to see if they can make us stay in the house, if it ever comes to that. But I'm just being vigilant. I always wash my hands. I'm always clean. So none of that changed, but it's different, bro. It's different. What about y'all?
Yeah, we maintaining over here. It's definitely different for us because personally I'm the type that loves to get out. Like I just when I hit you up, I was about 20 minutes away from my house. I had to just take a ride for a minute. I love to get
I,
outside.
you've
So
done that right.
it's
So I
kind of
agree.
tough in that way, but at least we can still walk. We can walk around. Like we've started this thing last week where we go when it's not raining outside, it's good weather. We walk over to the park. It's about 2 minutes away. And but crazily enough, like we never go to that park. It's like right down the street, and we never go there. We own this house for
It
three
was
years.
good.
We never go to that park. So now we just started walking over there every day at 12. We just either we sit down and meditate, or we just walk around the park or whatever it is. But we got to find things to do to get out the house, or the kids are really gonna go crazy. And that's the thing. That's what I wanted to ask you about. Like, how are the
Mhm.
kids handling it? Because on our end, I know they doing the best they can, but it's stressful, especially for my youngest son, who's really taking it hard, not being able to socialize with his friends and see his teachers face to face and all of that sort of stuff. How are things on your end?
So with our youngest two that's still in school, Kamai and Mael, I asked them yesterday, we took a ride yesterday to go get some food, and they kind of like they're okay because they can still talk to their friends. They got their phones on their phones, they're free all the time. They used to using Zoom and different apps like that, so they knew how to do that. They got through their work. They didn't start having to do work until last Monday. I think my daughter had started doing her work that prior Friday. So they're kind of like they 4.0 students. They just run through the motions. They missed the social. My son for sure missed the basketball because he a basketball and then canceled his AAU this year, so that's been hard. But overall, they've been pretty cool. They just kind of like, what can we do? We ain't too
Mm-hmm.
much we can do. Kind of like we got a party together. They play the Xbox, all that shit. But they haven't taken it too hard because the first week of it, they was on spring break anyway for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So this is their first actual week of what's going on. I mean, they've been in the house, but as far as like, to know that I can't go back to school this their first week, they told me they holding up cool. They just kind of like, when can we go back? You know what I mean? And that's rare. You
Mm-hmm.
hear kids ready to go back to school, but
Yeah.
they're back.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a good point because like for my son, like especially all last year, I think it's really something with eighth grade because now my daughter's in eighth grade. My son was in eighth grade last year, and
Hmm.
they really hit a wall last year and got to the point. Well, he did last year, and my daughter did this year, where it was just like I'm tired. I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready to be in high school and all of that. So I think that's the major difference. Like my daughter is
Mm,
not worried as much because she was fed, she was tired of school anyway. But my
right.
son started going to this private school. He's in ninth grade, and he loves it. So it's different for him. Like he can't wait to get to school. So I think that's why he's really taking it so hard. So there's a
That makes
difference in that thing.
sense because I got a ninth grader, and then Kamaya is in the sixth grade, so they both just started their new schools. You feel me?
Mm,
So yeah, and then she going to the school her big sister went to, her big brother went to. So yeah, it's different. Luckily for them, they got good relationships with their teachers, so it's been a pretty seamless transition. But kids need to be active and social and
yeah,
outside. You know what I mean? Like we're not
yeah, no doubt.
definitely to be outside.
No doubt. So do you all have things that y'all are doing like to help keep them active and be able to make that connection and everything?
First week, I let them be lazy. I wasn't gonna bother them because it was spring break. I let them do whatever they want to do. They wasn't getting up until 2, 3 in the afternoon. Do your thing. But as I knew that the school stuff was coming, I've been on them more. Hey, get up at by 10, handle your schoolwork. You know what I mean, and try to get up, run around, do some exercise, walk the dog, just do something. And they have me getting better with it. My daughter done got a little gym workout thing with some of her friends. They all Zoom and do it from their rooms. My son doing stuff with his basketball coach. They send videos out and then they train via Zoom, in the garage or wherever. Just need a basketball and a mat. So they've been adjusting. It's more so I think harder on the adults.
Yeah.
Keep it with you because kids don't really get to go. No, they go to school, they come home, and my kids are a little old enough to move around with their friends on weekends, but they kind of like long as like if we didn't have internet, TV, video games, and phones, yeah, it'd probably be a problem. But with them
Yeah.
having that, it kind of kind of tapers off us.
Hmm.
Man, I'm ready to go. It ain't got nowhere to go. I'm traveling, so it's like I had to put all that on hold because we all here. So it's been cool. It's different. It's different. It's I can't really say it's made anybody any closer because like I said, I'm a homebody. My kids,
Hmm.
pick up, see me here every day or whatever. So it's not that hasn't changed, but it's just shit. It's a different time, and you got to make sure I ask them at least 3 times a week just how are they doing as far as not being around their friends. And so far they've been cool, but I think as this goes on, it's gonna get harder. I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and that's one thing that we did the other day. My wife called together a family meeting, and I think we do again. We probably need to do that at the very least on a weekly basis, just to check in. Because I think a lot of times as parents, kind of we kind of take them for granted and don't really like we see them moving around and we see okay they look like they're doing all right, they seem like they fine or whatever, and we don't really check in until like shit hits the fan, and then it's like when they're going crazy and it's like, oh, what's wrong with you, the
Right.
whole time it's been stuff festering that we really haven't checked up on. So I think that's really important. We had asked all the kids like how they felt last week, and
Mm-hmm.
just got a real good idea of how they were doing, and that's really the main way that I know that my son is like missing, his classmates and his teacher and all of that. So if you don't ask them, they likely are not gonna just come out and tell you.
Yep.
You know
Yep.
what I'm
Same
saying?
thing with the whole parenting vibe. Like, we how we do with our kids, we open books, talk to us about anything from
Hmm.
sex on. Like my parents never talked to us about sex. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
why most of our age got kids and grandkids. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
we talk to them about everything, open door, open book, whether you think you're gonna get yelled at or not, still come holler. Um my oldest daughter, she dealing with the job shit because she had a full-time job and then they weren't essential. So
Mm.
grown doing her thing. She's still here, but she handling her business, so we don't bother at all. Just do your thing, save
Yeah.
your money. But she like shit. I can't save no money now because I ain't working. So now
Right.
trying to find another job. Everything ain't hiring, so dealing with that. So other than that, the other so it's like I had to put all that on hold because we all here. So it's been cool. It's different. It's different. It's I can't really say it's made anybody any closer because like I said, I'm a homebody. My kids,
Hmm.
pick up, see me here every day or whatever. So it's not that hasn't changed, but it's just shit. It's a different time, and you got to make sure I ask them at least 3 times a week just how are they doing as far as not being around their friends. And so far they've been cool, but I think as this goes on, it's gonna get harder. I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and that's one thing that we did the other day. My wife called together a family meeting, and I think we do again. We probably need to do that at the very least on a weekly basis, just to check in. Because I think a lot of times as parents, kind of we kind of take them for granted and don't really like we see them moving around and we see okay they look like they're doing all right, they seem like they fine or whatever, and we don't really check in until like shit hits the fan, and then it's like when they're going crazy and it's like, oh, what's wrong with you, the
Right.
whole time it's been stuff festering that we really haven't checked up on. So I think that's really important. We had asked all the kids like how they felt last week, and
Mm-hmm.
just got a real good idea of how they were doing, and that's really the main way that I know that my son is like missing, his classmates and his teacher and all of that. So if you don't ask them, they likely are not gonna just come out and tell you.
Yep.
You know
Yep.
what I'm
Same
saying?
thing with the whole parenting vibe. Like, we how we do with our kids. We open books, talk to us about anything from
Hmm.
sex on. Like my parents never talked to us about sex. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
why most of our age got kids and grandkids. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
we talk to them about everything. Open door, open book. Whether you think you're gonna get yelled at or not, still come holler. Um, my oldest daughter, she dealing with the job shit because she had a full-time job and then they weren't essential. So
Mm.
grown doing her thing. She's still here, but she handling her business, so we don't bother at all. Just do your thing, save
Yeah.
your money. But she like, shit, I can't save no money now because I ain't working. So now
Right.
trying to find another job. Everything ain't hiring, so dealing with that. So other than that, the other kids are just more so like I said, I check on them twice a week. Hey, Mondays and I think Mondays and like Thursdays. Checking in how school work, what you doing, what you're not doing. And it's been so far so good. It's different, bro. It's just different to say the least.
Yeah, no doubt. And speaking of that, I got a homeboy who just told me the other day he lost his job, and it's it's almost like to be expected, but then it's like, damn, what do you do? Because just like you said, ain't nobody really hiring, so it's just is the worst time you could think of to lose your job. But we understand why it's happening.
Right, but
But
then it's like, what I'm supposed to do to pay bills?
exactly, exactly. However, on your end, I'm
Yes, sir.
sure, speaking of business, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure business is booming at a time like this. Speak on that for us a little bit.
So believe it or not, I'm gonna just keep because I just got some financials a little while ago. Believe it or not, that first, so we've been in this technically 2 weeks. So before they made it official, like that Thursday or Friday before they made it official, and we had our biggest day ever. Everybody was
Hmm.
stocking up. It's like it's gonna be the Armageddon. Let me get all my trees.
Uh,
So that next week, it kind of leveled off and went back to normal. Then the following week, it was a dip because everybody's in the house and already stocked up on
yeah.
all their trees. So now, seeing, I think right around 420 is when we're gonna see a little bit of an uptake back to that normal range
Hmm.
because people have ran out of that weed they bought 3 weeks ago. But to be essential and to be able to still have staff and be able to, we had to cut back our hours a little bit. With staff at the store, we've implemented some online ordering only policies. Strict social distancing is not more than 5 people in the store at a time. We put stuff in place to do it. It's worked out great. You can
Yeah.
order your stuff, have it ready in 5 minutes. So it's been pretty cool. We just from the numbers last week and the week prior, we're right at, I think it was maybe about 10 bands under our normal. So we're right at average. We're not above, we're not below, we're right at
Gotcha.
average. Can't complain. I can't, you know what I mean? You can't, for one to be essential, for two to be able to still have people at the store working, and then for
Hmm.
three to still be providing for the community that needs their medication, it's a win-win. So it's good. It's good that we was deemed essential. You know what I mean? I wish they would give our workers some essential extra pay, but we don't
Right. Right.
qualify
Right.
for cannabis, and it's not federal. So you know.
Yeah. So if you would, I know you've told this story a million times, but I'm sure we got
Mm-hmm.
some folks who'll be watching who don't
Mm-hmm.
really know the background. If you could, for us, just give us the short version of how everything got set up and how you got to where you are now.
Um. All right. Bluntsandmoore Cannabis Club was established in 2018. We opened in November. Got the license for the dispensary through a program in Oakland called the Equity Program, Social Equity Program, which gives people who had cannabis cases, whether it be misdemeanor or felony, opportunity in cannabis ownership, whether it be delivery, distribution, cultivation, or dispensary. Me personally, I had a history in growing, selling trees since I was 16. I'm 40. Been growing weed since I was 21. Worked at cannabis clubs. Graduated from Oakland 2009. So I've always been on a path of wanting to own legally and work legally in the cannabis space. But I always told black people would only be bud tenders and security guards. Um, Caught a felony weed case in 2004, and I was still working all that stuff. I've always had a full-time job, had this going, Proud Poppers, detailing cars, always been a hustler, but caught a felony case and was told for sure would never be in ownership. As soon as I found out about the equity program, I got with my partner Brittany, did an application, qualified, and we literally won a lottery. Like I had to put a ball in the chamber, they roll it around. If they picked your ball, you lost. If your ball was in there at the end, you won. Won the lottery, opened the store. The store is located, as you know, about 13 blocks from where I caught my case at. Same zip code. And we here, bro. Like it's us. You know what I mean?
Yes,
We
sir.
here. Um, Open 7 days a week. We try to have the best prices. I'm basically, like I said, I'm living my dream because I'm able to sell weed legally, and I've been doing it illegally for so long. So to be able to do it legally, and to still have people that bought from me illegally coming to the store and buy from me legally,
Yeah.
volumes. You know what I mean? On top of still being a father, husband, networking with my other businesses, networking with people like you. Shout out to the Black Fathers Foundation. Shout out to Brother Matt. You've been doing your
Appreciate it.
thing. I found out about you. Quick story. I had created my father group in 2012, and I've never seen nothing like that on the internet. Like everything, the reason I created my group was one, I never seen nothing like it, and two, I was trying to think of a shirt to make that had a silhouette that you could tell was a black father or another father other than a white father. I'll put it like
Mm-hmm.
that. With kids that were other than white kids. And everything I looked at on the internet, just trying to find silhouettes, you could always tell it was a white dad. So I'm like, man, I gotta fix that. So that's how this logo came about. You know what I mean? You can't really tell
Mm-hmm.
that that's black, but you can tell that some of these kids is black. You might got a Mexican, you might got an Asian. That
Right.
meant it to me. And I had never seen that. So created the group, bam. I think I found out about y'all maybe after I was up about a year or two. Blew my mind. I'm like, wait a minute, not only is another group like this, they're doing it on a super scale. This man and talked to Steve Harvey, he got all these followers. It was on. I'm like, I gotta know him. And we've been cool ever since, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, speaking of Team Proud Poppers, was there any kind of pushback, like between running the fathers groups and like I mean the group and people who were involved in that, and then you moving to Blunts and More? Did you get pushback from any of the fathers or even people outside who are like, how do you juxtapose being
I,
this leader and selling weed?
no, bro,
Nope,
because I've
that's what's up.
been selling weed. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I worked for the county 13 years, management degree. I mean, management certificates, anything you can think of Microsoft wise, I can teach you. I type 90 words a minute, so I've been smoking. So weed is, to me, nothing wrong with weed. So if
Yeah,
you're gonna me smoking weed doesn't take away from me being a father. I'm an excellent father. You know what I mean? Father of five. I don't believe in stepkids. All my kids is my kid. You know what I mean? Like this means something to me. Being a daddy was the best thing that ever happened to me. So
absolutely.
I never got no flack from it. Like shit, most of the fathers smoke. So I mean, it was never no, you know what I mean, no
Mm-hmm.
flack at all. It was more so most of my people was like, we know you're
They
gonna
already
succeed
knew.
too. You know what I'm saying? Like you detail cars, you was the best at that. You work for the county, you was the best at that. Anything you put your mind to, you're gonna be good at. They like more power to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it's been. Now, I haven't had no flack, no feedback. The city loves me. The council people love me. Like I'm really known where I'm at, and that's what I want. That's why I want Blunts and More the franchise because I feel another person, male or female, in another state that has legal cannabis should feel like me. They should have a store in their local area that they got caught up in for selling weed. So no flack at all, bro. Like
That's what's
it's
up.
been the direct opposite. It's been a more of a heavier push, like push, push, push. But it's a
Mm.
trip because I push your page more than I push mine, just because I just haven't had time to really focus on it. But we right around I think like 900 followers, and that's basically people from the Bay Area.
Hmm.
And people that I know personally. We got a couple out of states like you. We got Atan Thomas, We got some people out the way, but most of that's from Bay Area. You know what I mean? And that's they put their kids' grades in there, just different accomplishments that they did with their kids, different outings. I'm not no. We got one lady in there, and that's my wife because she helped me, deal with moderations or whatever. But no ladies. I started off originally with ladies, but it was like this is for us.
Yeah.
So we don't necessarily need y'all in here. Y'all got plenty of other groups y'all can do. You know what I'm saying? Like all the ladies. Can we get proud mamas first? Like if my wife wants to do proud mamas, she can. But I'm doing this for us. But no, it's been amazing. Like and also I did it too by me working for the county. I work for child support, and then I've also been on child support. So my whole thing was to help guide people to know, hey, you're not a punk or a sucker if you take the lady to court and get stuff documented in writing so you can see your kid. Quit using, oh, well, she did this as an excuse. So another big Proud Papas was to help coach some bad daddies I knew. You know what I mean? Like, hey, bro, you can do until you've exhausted all options to get your kid, which is court. Court is the last option. If you haven't done all of that to see and be around your kid, you can't blame the chick. You can only blame you. So it was just about holding people accountable for that. And I didn't have no feedback. Everybody, I know no flack. Everybody waiting on shirts and sweaters because I got all the stuff. We done sold out. We ain't bought nothing new in 2 years. They're like, bro, can we get some shit? I'm like, sorry. It costs, bro. Like these shirts is fucking. We selling them for 25. They're like, I want to say roughly 10 to 12 to make. It's not really no money. I mean, you got a stick print. You can feel you can hear that. This stuff costs, You know what I'm saying? I don't have a house and all that. So it's like this stuff costs. And if I'm going to go spend $1,000 on shirts, I got to still be able to pay my bills, et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully with Blunts and More doing what it need to do, I'll be able to start incorporating more funds into Proud Papas because it's a great thing. I love how yours is focused strictly on Black. You know what I'm saying? Because we needed that too. But I got so many partners that's of different races that's really getting no love. The only time you see real father support and love is with white people.
Oh yeah, and on that note, let me tell you the Fatherhood Collective page. If you get a chance, like the Fatherhood Collective page, because that is all about all of us. That's so inclusive, right? It was originally I put it because I wanted to promote events and things that were going on in Baltimore. And every time I turn around, I'm spreading it out further and further. Because the thing about it is there's so much that goes on in fatherhood from all over this country, from all sorts of ethnicities and all sorts of people. But a lot of times we feel like there's never anything going on. Plus, we know we're all stronger together. So I wanted to create a hub, right, where we could all post our stuff together and even work on stuff. I can't. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Got you, Father.
That's it. Yeah. And if there's anything, if you want to be an editor on the page, I'll make you that. I think that's what it's called, the editor. And then you can post your stuff because the idea is twofold. Again, one is that, we support each other on our endeavors. And two, with the posting, like I really wanted it to come through underneath the collective. So it is a collective effort versus everybody having their own name on everything. And this is from this person, this is from Tucky, this is from the collective, and we all pushing it together. Because even though it's out in Oakland and I'm in Baltimore, I'm still going to support this brother out here. So that's what that's about. So along the lines, like, how do you think things are changing in terms of the perception around cannabis and around just, I know it's far more accepted in California probably than most places, right? I've been there. I've definitely seen it firsthand. But like across the country, do you think it's a change in terms of like how we look? Because like even for somebody like myself, like I don't promote the things that I do on that vein, but I could go and put about drinking alcohol all day long and nobody would think twice. But if I said I'm going out front to smoke weed, they're like, oh, Matt, you run this and you run that. How can you do this? Do you think like there's a real change in perception?
It's slowly and surely coming. You're seeing more athletes are getting out about it. You're seeing that they're keeping the law, the rules in the leagues regarding cannabis. You'll be surprised, bro. Some of the rooms I've been in, who I saw smoking, who I did not believe smoked, like here. But it's like the perception only got tarnished it started off, of course, with the reefer madness and all the stuff in the old days. But then it got back cool with the hippie era, and then it got tarnished again by the war on drugs. But all in all, what I know about cannabis, it brings people together. It's a happy plant. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, how do you have? And it's not killing people. I can hype alcohol that kills people drastically, drunk drivers, etc.
Oh
I can
yeah.
hype cigarettes who kills people, and it's legal. Cigarettes legal, but I can't hype me firing on my little weed or
Mm-hmm.
using a tincture. It's not just about smoking weed. If you don't like the smell and you don't like the smoke, you don't have to smoke. We got edibles, tinctures, we got creams, we got pads. Like, it's definitely being more. You're starting to see more people who always smoked but kind of didn't because of whatever craft they was in or whatever, I don't know, whatever perception they wanted to bring
Yeah.
out. They're the ones sneaking eating the candy. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it's just like perception's gonna be what it is to who it's gonna be, but I see more people understanding what cannabis is doing on an overall and leaning toward that way as opposed to, demeaning it. Because there's really nothing I prove that something's bad about it.
Yeah.
And then people going to jail for it.
I'm with you. And speaking of people going to jail, I saw something. I didn't read the article, but I just
Mhm.
saw like a headline, a thumbnail where they were talking about somewhere, I don't know where it was, but somewhere they were talking about letting inmates smoke to see how that affected the prison population. And I'm all for it.
So the whole thing with that, where are they getting the weed from that they're smoking?
Well, yeah, you do have that aspect of it. That's a
If
good
you're
question.
getting it in there and they're just smoking bullshit that's killing them, or they're smoking shit that's tainted, and
Yeah,
that defeats it. That's going to be some more population control, especially if
that's
the
true.
government can do it.
That's
So
true.
I'm not going to say I'm for it or against it, but I'm for it if it's done right. If it's
Yeah,
that, what I'm saying, that this is not a drug and y'all releasing people for smoking weed, but you have people that's still in here that may want to smoke and, they can't get their hair rounds or this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? If it's my thing is these should be able to be fired up just like cigarettes.
hmm,
Period. I should be able to go wherever I want, fire up my J, and be about my business as long as I'm not affected. If it's in a designated smoking area, you know what I'm saying? I should be able to
yeah,
do this. But in jail, unless you can, I mean, shit, I'll sell to the jails. They can get some blunts and more weed in there, as long as it's tested and it's not killing them. Man, I'll be all for it. I mean, why
yeah.
not?
Yeah, because the overall idea, I hadn't thought about that aspect of it, where they're getting it from. But I think the
Mm.
overall idea, because to me,
Oh yeah.
especially in any instance where you're talking about like violence reduction, I think weed is the answer. That's it. I think
Yeah.
so.
A lot of me want to punch a lot of people. Let me go ahead and all right,
Right?
I'm cool.
Right? Straight
I'm
up,
back.
for
I'm back.
real.
Man, Tim Thug literally just said something about that the other night. He was on live with Al Harrington. Shout out to Al
Hmm.
Harrington about him. He was just on live with them and he said, I'm real, you know, wild to a certain extent. He was like, if I didn't have cannabis, I don't know what I would do. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? There's stories you need to hear like that are true. Like this plant is not doing what they say it's doing. It's so not. So it's just good to see more and more stuff coming out about it. You're gonna still get the negative. I just seen a report that just said it helps cause or helps make the symptoms of corona worse. Smoking weed. I'm
oh
like,
my
when?
goodness.
Who did this research? The
Right.
other, but it is what it is. It's gonna be some people like it and some people don't. All I can
Hmm.
do is say people that like it.
They gonna tell us anything.
You know
So
it.
so tell me what's the ages on your kids?
We have a 20 finna be 21, two 19s, 14, and 12. And then if you
Mm,
count the book, we got another 12-year-old.
two 19s.
Uh-huh.
And how is that having 20
Okay.
so
So when I got with Kim, we both had two kids apiece.
mhm.
Um, oldest two were 6 and 4, her two. And then I had a son that was at the time 4, I didn't know nothing about until he was 8. So they're the same age. You feel me?
Oh, okay. So not
He was,
twins.
yeah, no, he was born in June, and then Kimmy, my daughter here, she was born in November. I mean December,
Mm,
about November, December. So they're like 6 months apart. But like I said, I didn't know nothing about him until we was
mm,
already deep into the relationship. So we got 5 total. My elder Hooper, he's gonna be 15, and then Piggy, she'll be 13 next year. So we got the gamut of ages, and then they at the proper ages where they can just do that thing. How old is yours? I've seen them all, but how old are all of yours?
20, 19, 15, and 13. So
Same, bro. We
yeah,
literally have the same kid.
yeah, man. Except I don't have two 19s like that.
Right. Right.
Two
Right. Right.
19s and a 20. So you're talking
Man.
about one was already a teenager and the other two became teenagers. I can only imagine what that household was like.
Yeah, so for my and this is what we talking about, like with the whole parenting and like there ain't no book to this shit. Well,
Hmm.
my that's the that I didn't know about. He didn't get to really live with us until he was like 16, 17.
Oh,
Tried
okay.
to
Okay.
get him to live with us, move in, do all the shit, but his mom was on some shit. Went to court, all the shit, but that's a whole other discussion.
Yeah.
It was always cool. All our kids is tight, like tight, tight. Like I said, I ain't no step. You know what I'm saying? That's brother and
Hmm.
sister. You feel me? And they move like that. Even with the one that's not here, they love him to death. You know what I'm saying? We love him to death. But they all is just he couldn't be here. You know what I mean? It wasn't us. We came with open arms. Mama didn't want it. Court
Hmm.
didn't want it. Happened. But no, it was always cool. You got your. Our boys, our older boys is knuckleheads. You know what I mean? We done talked about it. Um, just talked to my other one other day. He hit me, checking on me, like, oh yeah, we quarantine. I said, what you doing? He say, I'm finna go see if anybody at the store needs some dope. I'm like, what? I can't. I started to do extra parenting, but I'm like, I can't. You know what?
Hmm.
Be safe. That's all I type. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because this is one that I couldn't groom like the other ones. You feel me?
Oh,
So
I got you. Yeah.
it's just getting them. My younger three, they know what it is. It's always good to be a good kid, stay in school, do your thing. I'm not forcing college on my kids if you're not focused on that career path. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
college is a debt if you're not going to be into that field. But we all just about open conversation and just you can get a 4.0 and still have a social life and still be the man and still hang out, still kick it, still work. That's what I preach because what I did. You know what I mean? So you raise them as best you can. You let them do their thing. They gotta bump their head, but I'm the, I'm daddy. So I'd be like, all right, you done bumped your head. All right, get out there
Hmm.
and hey, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna baby you because I had to do it. You know what I'm saying? Shit,
Right.
Kim was 20 with 2 kids already. You feel me? So I was on my own at 17. I left the house at 17. Didn't have no kids, but it was just like I don't want to be here. I got my own way I want to do shit. I need my own place. You know what I mean? I can't be the man in my house, not in my house.
Yeah.
So it's just raising your kids to be, on that type of path, raising them to be good young men and young women. It's no pamphlet for this shit. So you learn it on the clock. Every day is a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning stuff on how to parent now at 40 after, having kids for
Hmm.
21 years or, 19 years or whatever. But I'm still learning. I've had to learn with just perfect example. My 13-year-old, she finna be 13. She had been going through some stuff at school, little self-esteem issues. Beautiful little girl, thick like her mama. She thinks she fat. So she going through that, and then she going through her grades thing. I'm the kind of dad. If you got straight A's, I need straight A pluses. The Asians do it. Why can't I?
Yeah.
So she was a little sad about it. She was like, "Well," told her teacher, "Well, my dad. I don't want you to call my dad. Call my mom because I only have a B plus, and my dad's gonna." So I had to talk to her like, "No, I'm not mad, baby. This is why I say A, B, and C." And I had to work on that because I was just all like, I can explain to you how you should do it, but I wasn't really like explaining all the way per se why I want you to get these A pluses. So I've had to work on that just within the last month and a half, bro. Like I've had to work with, how you'll ask your kid where you going, and they'll
Hmm.
say with a friend. That's not what I'm really asking you. I'm asking you
Right.
where you go.
Right.
You have to pose the question better so you can answer the question better. I'm learning that now, bro. You know what I mean? It's an amazing experience. If being a father, I can't speak on being a mother because I know how that changes you. You got somebody growing inside of you. But if being a father doesn't change you as a man overall, you missed the boat. Period. I don't give a fuck. There's no, oh, with a woman, the woman can get the first rights of no.
Hmm.
That's yours, like yours. Birth certificate say my name and your name. I got the same rights. You know what I'm saying? Me and my son, 13-year-old, we got an agreement under my dresser right now. I ain't even had to take it to court. Says that when he graduated 5th grade, he stayed with you 5th grade. I'll make sure I come pick him up every Thursday through Sunday, make sure he has school. And mind you, I live like an hour and a half away from where he went to school at. Did that straight, all the way from kindergarten to 5th grade. He come with me every other weekend. The 6th grade, he moving with us. And then he come you in the same schedule. When I say he barely comes to get him now, shit, he be like, "Where my mom at?" I be like, "I don't know," you know what I mean? But it worked out that way. You know what I'm saying? Like I did everything in my power to be in my kid's life, and I think all dads are supposed to do that, no matter what. Nothing should get in the way of you being a father. Because the women can't make no excuse. Why can we? You know what I mean? Like I hate to hear it. Like, well, I gotta do all this, and the mother's job is never done. Nah, the mother's job is never done supposedly, but a
Mhm.
father's job being a son, like we don't get no credit for the job we do. It's like, oh, you're supposed to do that. We all supposed to do it. It's our
Right. We
kids.
all. Right.
Like, so you know how I feel about it. But yeah, to
I
all
do.
that, then this means something to us. Like being a dad really means something. Like it means something to me. Like I got people that, I'm helping mold into other people. I just told my oldest daughter, I said, you know how long I've been taking care of other humans? Like like let me take care of other humans. That's a job. I don't know how the creator make it possible. We're not, we ain't struggling, you know what I'm saying? Never been on the street. Our kids have never missed a meal. They ain't missed no events. We travel. I'm, man, prayed up, thankful for being able to do that. I don't know how we're doing it, bro. I guess just, constant hustle, constant work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to see them doing their thing lets me know we did our thing correct.
That's what's up. I think we probably should end it on that note. I don't know if we can get any better than that. Um, I did want to ask you about being Team Proud grandpa, but I don't know.
Mhm.
Like this is my first IG live, and I've heard they only give you like 40 minutes, I think.
Okay, it's
And I
all
think
good.
we're probably
Good.
running up
I
on the
did
clock.
shower yesterday, so it
So,
was cool. But no, we can I haven't been a grandpa yet, thank goodness. No grandpa.
oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought you were saying that
Uh-uh.
that your oldest had kids already.
No. So the two oldest that's been in here in this
Mhm.
house, like you brought up, they scared of kids. They like,
Oh, all
no.
right, all right, all right.
If I go ask my 14-year-old son, and I'd be like, what can sex get you right now?
Mhm.
He's gonna say a burnt pee pee or a baby. You know, even though he done had some, he done got a little bit, but we gotta talk to the kids. Like I grew up in the era of my mama's first sexual encounter. I was made. You know what I'm saying? She didn't
Mm.
get no, so she didn't coach me. My mama's sexual talk with me was, if you gonna have sex with a girl, you need to bring her home. Don't go to no hotel room. That was
Mm.
it. No talk. My daddy, same thing. So no, we can't have that. So no, I ain't a grandpapa yet at 40. And I
I
hope
should have
no.
known. I figured you would have told me. It would have
Oh,
been pictures everywhere. I don't even know how I made
No.
that.
If my kids can hear me, they probably like, fuck no, we don't want no kids. We can live our life. But no grandpa yet. I know a few, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? But no knock to them, their parenting was wrong and nothing like that. But just for us, it's worked. Our kids have sex, but they haven't brought no kids home.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that's really important that we as parents and as fathers especially we got to be realistic and we got to know that stuff is going on and it's like like you have said and I say all the time we do the best we can we teach them we mold them but ultimately it's up to them, and it ain't no point. It just makes matters worse if we're gonna sit here and lie to ourselves and pretend that they ain't doing this and doing that, and also pretending that we didn't do the same stuff when we were younger. So
But
I
I
think
told my
that
shit.
leads to much better communication and much better outcomes for real, for real.
It does, bro. It does. So man, thank you. Like people don't know, me and him talk. This ain't just no just random, we talk. I check on him and his family, check on
Yes,
me and
sir.
mine. The little shit I did yesterday, like I told you, was on a fluke. I just walking through the shop and was like, man, I want to smoke with a few people, but I can't. Let me go live with them. That shit was amazing.
Mm.
I'm looking forward to doing it next Sunday. So this is the new normal for right now. So we might as well
Yeah,
take
it
it back,
really is.
share each other's platforms, and talk about, we talked about me. I know we finna get off, but what's up with what's next for Black fathers, bro? Like you doing the shit. You doing the shit.
We are, but we got. And I appreciate that. We of course had to put a lot on hold due to the situation that's going on, Corona and
Is that
everything. So the biggest things for us right now. Can you hear me?
no? I'm looking. I said, is that your wife?
Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
Hey. All right, cuz.
Yeah. So the thing for us, we kind of really stepped back and got back to basics,
Okay.
and had to really analyze the way that we are operating, because we got some money, we got the thing started, we ran and we did a gala that you're gonna have to come to at one of these points, and we put events together, and we still got to get that brunch together. But so we were doing all these things, and now we're kind of like pulling back, and we're going back to scratch, and we really want to get a, not not to be corny, but we really want to have a solid foundation
That's
for the
not corny at all.
foundation, right? So
Corny at all.
it's looking at all of the kind of things that we overlooked in the beginning to really set up a solid structure that's going to let us run with this when things come back to normal. We can really
Yes.
run and get our events back on and all of that stuff. But in the meantime, I'm getting the book, my second book that I wrote, I'm getting that together, and I'm going to get that published, and we're going to be pushing that out through the foundation and probably giving away a whole bunch of copies. And yeah, that's mainly it, and also figuring out ways to help fathers in need with what we do have. So if
Well,
anybody's watching, they want to donate.
here. So let me
Yeah,
know if you need me. Cali based, like I said, I promote y'all shit more than I do Proud Papas, but it's just like I'm like the Cali extension, you know what I
yes,
mean?
sir.
So you know what I mean? So just let me know any way I can help. I appreciate you sharing your platform with me, and y'all tune in. Y'all follow the Black Fathers Foundation. If y'all on Facebook, y'all follow Black Fathers. Follow all the resources on there. Follow Proud Papas. Like, this is a good dude right here. Real good
Thank
dude.
you, brother. And we have the website launch. I'm glad I saw something from my wife. We have the website launch coming up in the beginning of May, because that will be our 1 year anniversary. We started this foundation last May on my birthday, May 2nd. So our 1 year anniversary is coming up, and we're gonna launch the
You a
website.
tourist?
So, huh?
You a tourist?
Yes, sir. All
My
day.
oldest tourist. Okay.
You never seen this one?
My oldest son a tourist. He turned
All
21. So
day, May 2nd. Yes, sir. So, yeah, that'll be our anniversary. We're pushing the
bro.
website, and in the meantime, everybody like the foundation page, and also we're gonna be doing like this. I'm gonna record this, and I'm gonna put it. We have our YouTube channel, Black Fathers TV. So I'm going to
Dope.
be putting content up on there. So that's what it is.
Love it, bro. Stay safe. Y'all stay well. Kelly,
My
I see
man,
you. Thank you. Love y'all to death. Call me whenever you need me.
you know I
Um,
will.
dude, I didn't realize I knew we had the same amount of kids per se. I did not realize them ages was like that. So we literally going
Yeah,
through
I
the
didn't
same
either. That's
at the
great.
same. All right, bro. I'll tap in with you soon.
That's
Probably a
super
couple of days.
crazy. All right, man. Mega thanks, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you more, bro. Bet.
Peace. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. I truly appreciate it. Like I said, we're going to put this up on our YouTube channel, Black Fathers TV. So if you don't already, please go there and subscribe if you're not a subscriber, Black Fathers TV. Anyone who wants to jump on, not right this second, but at some point in time, and want to get interviewed, and you know what I mean, so we can have content for our Black Fathers TV, just hit us up in the message, shoot me a message on the foundation IG page or on Facebook, and let us know if you want to be on. Man, that's about all I got. Again, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. A lot of love. Peace.